Welcome to Real Life 101. I'm Jillian and we're glad to have you with us today as we look at three totally different but exciting professions. We're going to meet a real estate attorney who has balanced his career with his passion for helping others in the small African country of Namibia. We'll also visit with the controller for a Sheraton Hotel. He'll introduce us to how he crunches numbers for financial reports. Then it's off to the cruise ship again as we meet a guy who entertains the guests with his talented voice. He'll even sing us a little tune, a cappella. So stay right where you are. It's another great day on Real Life 101. Hit it, guys. We're the hosts of Real Life 101. There is a beautiful country in Africa called Namibia. Most people had never heard of it until Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt delivered their baby there. But despite its natural beauty, the citizens of Namibia live in deep poverty. Disease, including HIV/AIDS, runs rampant. Carly met a man who wants to make a difference. Steve Snively is a real estate attorney by profession, but he has chosen to give back to our world by starting a scholarship fund to train workers to resettle and farm the land in Namibia.
I'm here with Steve Snively, and from my understanding, you practice real estate law. Now, tell me, what does that entail?
Transactional real estate lawyers help people when they buy and sell real estate, and it's a very specialized practice. I deal just with commercial real estate.
And what does that mean?
Properties like shopping center owners, high-rise office buildings, warehouse owners. And what I'll do is someone will come to me, a business or a corporation, they'll have a piece of property they want to buy, and I'll assist them in the purchase of it. We draft contracts, we help them perform their due diligence, they do environmental studies, we check out the title, we check out a whole myriad of things to assure them that what they think they're buying, they'll actually get.
How did you get into it?
I've really always practiced real estate. I started a long time ago. I've been practicing about 30 years. And I started out doing different types of work. You know, a lot of larger law firms, when this is a large law firm, when you start, they'll have you do litigation, go to court, do a variety of other things. You kind of see what your personality is like. You see where your strengths are, your weaknesses, and what your preferences are. And I started out doing litigation, which I didn't like at all, because I found that every time I prepare for a trial, it always gets settled, and I always felt frustrated that I worked so hard and never actually got to go to trial that much. I decided, well, I'll do real estate law instead, which I really love. It's been great.
And what is your educational background?
You have to, me, like everybody who wants to be a lawyer, you got to go to college. You got to get an undergraduate degree, which means 4 years of undergraduate study. And then you take an admissions test, they call it the LSAT, the law school admissions test, to get into law school. Law school is 3 years of additional study, graduate study. And then when you graduate from law school, you have a JD, which is a Juris Doctorate, which is the official degree you get. Then, on top of that, you've got to take, a bar admissions test in the state where you want to practice. And after you do all those things, then you're ready to go and you can practice law.
Why did you want to become a lawyer?
Really for several reasons, I guess. I was brought up in a business environment. My dad, worked for a company where I was exposed to legal matters and business matters. It was kind of something I absorbed as a kid. I felt that it was a good way to acquire skills where maybe I could do some good in the world. And that's one thing I think for anybody who's considering going to law school. There's a lot of reasons why you might say, I want to go to law school. Some people might say, well, go to law school because you can make lots of money. Lawyers make lots of money, go do that. That's not the right reason to go to law school. And what I would recommend to anybody who's considering law school is go because it will help you to do things for others more effectively. Don't think about yourself. I'm not doing this for myself. It's a profession. You make sacrifices. It requires commitment. It requires determination. But it empowers you, depending on what your particular preferences are, to accomplish things in the world that you couldn't do if you didn't have those skills.
I understand you like to help others. Can you tell me a little bit more about your work in Africa?
I've gotten involved in a really interesting project in Namibia. Namibia is located in Africa. It's on the southwest coast of Africa, just north of South Africa. And it was the last country in Africa to gain its independence, which was in 1990. They have an effort underway now to resettle people who are in areas of urban poverty. And it's horrible poverty where people live in shacks with dirt floors, no windows. and they are trying to break out of this socioeconomic circle that keeps them trapped there. And one way the government's trying to do that is by relocating people from the cities, areas of urban poverty, out into the country. They can't do that. They've been impeded in their effort to do that because they don't have surveyors. What land surveyors do is they go out and describe real estate. That's something that's part of the real estate development process. Before you can buy or sell or develop a piece of land, you have to be able to describe it. And they physically go out and they put iron posts in the ground and they measure distances so you can describe on the ground, on the face of the earth, a piece of property. If you describe it, then you can own it. So what I've done is I've formed a 501c3 corporation, which is a not-for-profit foundation that provides scholarships to students at one of the major universities in Namibia. And those scholarships are training students to be surveyors. Once they become surveyors, as a condition to receiving the scholarship, they agree to work for the government for at least 3 years in the resettlement effort. So I feel that through this scholarship program, I'm going to help train surveyors who will help resettle people into the country in Namibia. That resettlement's going to bring families back together. It'll bring the families together, it'll reduce the poverty, it'll reduce the HIV/AIDS crisis. So that's what it's about. I mean, to me, it was just a cool thing to do, because there's not often that you can take your skills, if you're a commercial real estate lawyer, do something to help people, on the other side of the world. And I'm doing that, and it's been really gratifying to me. What I've gotten out of it is so much more than what I put into it, that it's just been one of the best experiences of my life.
What is one thing in particular that you just love about your job?
Best thing about it's the people. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have great people that you work with, and if you've got interesting clients who are doing interesting deals, who are engaging, it's the people that makes the practice so great, and that's probably the single most important thing about it.
Do you have any advice to anyone who is looking to become a lawyer?
One bit of advice you probably wouldn't get from any other place is stay out of trouble, work really, really hard, focus on those grades, and just be committed. Every time you get knocked down, stand back up, brush your pants off and say, I'm not going to get discouraged, and just keep going. And that's probably advice for anything. You'll succeed if you do that in life.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We sometimes meet or hear about caring people in society who want to make a difference and help others. In addition to having a demanding career of their own, they use their talents to make the world a better place. Steve went to college and law school and passed the bar exam to become a real estate attorney. By day, he reviews real estate transactions, making sure they are in the best interest of his clients. But he also recognized that he could make a difference in the lives of others and took his time and resources to create the scholarships for the people of Namibia. Just think of the difference we can make if our generation thinks more of giving to our world as Steve has. What a great role model he is.
Don't touch that remote. We're coming right back. Guess what? We're back.
Do you like working with money? You might like spending it, but how about budgeting it and managing it? If you would like the responsibility of keeping track of where a company's money goes and its future financial projections, you might be headed for a job as a controller. Lewis recently spoke with the Sheraton Hotel controller, Red Lahik. Red filled Lewis in on some of his many responsibilities.
So what exactly is a controller?
A controller basically is the department head of the accounting department, in charge of all financial aspects of the hotel.
So is it difficult to be a controller?
In some period of times it can be difficult. However, it's a very exciting position, very dynamic, and gets you the opportunity to be involved with all other departments of the hotel.
Can you tell me about your educational background?
My education basically consists of a combination of 2 degrees. My first degree was in English literature, which is unusual for my position. And I took a second degree in finance, so I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Central Florida.
What made you go into this business?
It happened by accident.
Really?
After graduation, I was having dinner, and I was talking about, getting a job, and this lady was in a table next to me, and she overheard the conversation.
Oh, wow.
And she offered me a job. It was my first hotel experience, and that was about 14 years ago.
No way.
And before you know it, 14 years later, I'm still in the business.
Wow, that's lucky.
Absolutely.
What do you love the most about working in a hotel?
Working with people. It gives you the chance to connect and work with different, kind of people, either your internal guests, which your employees, and co-workers, managers, and give you the chance to meet people from all over the world as your hotel guests.
What special skills do you need to become a controller?
It's a combination of education. Education is very important to get to the position of controller, and real life experience, definitely. A background in operation is always a plus for a controller, because it will give you an idea of how the other department works and how you can coordinate your needs with their needs.
So do you have any advice for anyone interested in becoming a controller?
Just get some education and try to work in all aspects of the hotel, and once you get to that position, you will have the full picture. It's a great career move to make.
Do you ever get tired of working with numbers?
Sometimes, if all you do is work with numbers, the job will become boring. However, there is more than the numbers. You actually get a chance to connect and meet with other department heads, with other employees. You work with with payroll, with inventory, so you get a chance to actually meet and work together with other team members. And you also talk to your clients or your hotel guests. Sometimes they may have an issue with billing, so you get a chance to pick up the phone and talk to them and resolve it. So it's an interactive job as well.
How do you keep yourself organized? Because it seems like there's a lot of stuff in your hands.
Organization is the major key to success in this position. You have to be organized. If you're not, at the end of the day, you're not going to achieve your goals. So you always start with an agenda. You start with a list of items. You prioritize them, and you start getting them done one at a time.
Wow. Do you have like a typical day every day, or is every day a different day for you?
There is the routine part of the job, which is basically, you're preparing your daily reports, your daily financials. You have your routine also at the end of the month. You're preparing the financial statements, and also at the end of the year, you're combining all these financial reports. However, there is always stuff that can happen, issues that may come up, either with guests, with groups coming to the hotel, or your assistant may be needed in other departments. You have involvement with the executive committee team, so you're always working with department heads to come up with strategies overall for the hotel. It does not have to be strictly the financial part. You need to be involved also in the management and in management of the hotel, and in creating a vision for the hotel.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Very
Thank you.
interesting. Thank you.
A career as a hotel controller is a great way for someone with an interest in accounting to work in the exciting hotel and hospitality field. Being a controller normally requires a bachelor's degree in accounting or finance. Employers look for prior accounting experience, in addition to experience supervising other people and working in the hotel industry. Not only must a controller be able to prepare and review reports and budgets, he or she must work with the other departments in meeting the hotel's goal of being profitable. Working in the hotel industry provides great benefits, including discounted stays at other hotels in the chain. That's something to consider when you're into budgeting.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be right back. I'm back, and so is real life.
If you are an aspiring singer and love to cruise, listen up. You could have your dreams come true as a singer in the cruise industry. It's not that far-fetched, and it's something you can do soon after you graduate high school. Carly sat down with Desmond Dansby, a singer at the Royal Caribbean cruise ship. He told her how he got his job and what it's like to live on a cruise ship as a singer.
So I understand that you are a singer on this cruise ship.
That is right.
So I guess you love performing. Tell me about
I
that.
love it. I absolutely enjoy it. I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been performing. My first show was when I was in the 5th grade. I did Georgia and Cohan, so I was the Yankee Doodle boy. But I've been singing. I was brought up singing, pretty much.
Really? How did you get a job on the cruise ship line?
I auditioned in Oklahoma City.
How?
I found a random, it was just a random audition that they hold.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know a lot of people, they say that they send in tapes, and
Right,
some people
right.
went through agents, and
Right.
it was just an open
It was
cattle
just
call and you
open-
just went.
Right, open car.
Do you perform every night?
No, we 4-night cruises, 4-day cruises, excuse me. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we do welcome aboard shows and we do farewell shows. On 3 nights, we do welcome aboard and we do a farewell show with a production number as well on the last night of the cruise.
And then what about, do you guys have rehearsals and stuff?
We rehearse a lot, and
Is it like an everyday thing or?
when we have shows, we do tech runs in the morning, and so it prepares us for the show in the evening. We usually have 2 seatings, so we do a lot of rehearsing.
How did you learn your songs, I guess?
We spent a month, 6 weeks, I should say, in Hollywood, Florida, at Royal Caribbean Production Studios, learning our shows. We had different vocal directors helping us as well.
So it's kind of like a boot camp before you went off.
Pretty much. It was really intense. You had to learn your material really fast. And for 45-minute shows, you don't think it's a lot, but it's a lot of music to obtain.
Do you ever get like really super nervous?
My first show, I got really nervous because it's just, you have an audience now and you don't have empty seats. So it's really nerve-wracking, but after you do it for a while, it becomes fun.
So do you enjoy living on the cruise ship or do you miss home?
I enjoy it and I miss home. Living on a ship is so much different than living on land because you're around. When you're working on land, you work and you go home. On the ship, you work and you see them people again. So it's really intense, but I love what I do. And when I'm on stage, nothing else really matters, so.
Do you want to like work on cruise ships for the rest of your life or where do you see yourself?
I'm gonna do this contract and finish this out, and then I'm gonna go back to school and finish up my music theater degree as well as marketing. And then I'm going to I would love to do a ship again. But my heart is doing stage theater work and doing really performing, doing shows.
Do you know if cruise ships are looking for certain types of singers, certain type of singing, or is it basically just broad?
It really is broad. They look for a variety of singers. When you go to your audition, they ask you to sing something really poppy and really loud. They really don't like legit things because most people can sing legit but can't sing pop stuff. So they see what you can do to progress you and get you to adding another layer, pretty much. So auditions are really intense, but they look for a wide variety of stuff.
Do you think you could sing something for us?
I could. I'm gonna sing Tutti Frutti
Okay.
and probably Good Golly Miss Molly
Okay.
from Little Richard.
Okay, go ahead. Take it away.
Here we go. A wop, walla, boo, bop, a wop, bamboo, tutti frutti, on the Rudy. A tutti frutti, on the Rudy. Ooh, tutti frutti, on the Rudy. Tutti frutti, on the Rudy. A tutti frutti, on the Rudy. A wop, walla, boo, bop, a wop, bamboo. There we go.
That was awesome. That was so good. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us and singing to us today.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Cruise ships hire all different types of singers from hip hop to big band. They normally work most of the week performing in 1 or 2 shows a day in addition to rehearsals. Singers normally sign contracts to work for 6 months, though this can vary. A singer who is employed by a cruise ship needs to always be on in public places as they might meet up with guests and have to project a positive image. Employees do have private social areas on the ship where they can hang out with each other. Accommodations can be small, and you usually share a room with another entertainer. What a great way to make new friends and see the world.
Don't worry, we'll be right back. There's more real life coming your way.
It's time to wrap up our show for today. Thanks for being with us. Make sure you join us next time when we meet with a lady who helps people project the right image, whether they're interviewing for a job or selling a product. The Locks of Love program benefits children who have lost their hair. We'll talk with the hair salon owner who will tell us about this worthwhile cause. We'll also learn about being a hairstylist. Plus, we'll meet with a biologist from the University of Florida who has spent his life researching sharks and investigating shark attacks. So wait till you see what he has to show us. We've got all that and more for you next week on Real Life 101. So join Carly, Lewis, and me next week, same time, same place, when we once again delve into the subject of what do you want to do with your life?